Few figures in modern history have risen as dramatically or controversially as Abu Muhammad al-Julani. From a shadowy al-Qaeda operative to the political face of northern Syria, his story is one of relentless adaptation, power, and survival. But who is the man behind the mask, and how did he become a central figure in one of the most complex conflicts of our time? In 2011, the Arab Spring sparked uprisings across the Middle East. In Syria, what began as peaceful protests against Bashar al-Assad's regime quickly descended into civil war. Amid the chaos, a mysterious figure emerged, Abu Muhammad al-Julani. He was sent by al-Qaeda in Iraq to build a new front in Syria's war. But his rise to prominence was anything but ordinary. Born Ahmed Hussein al-Shara in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in 1982, al-Julani hailed from a family displaced by the Israeli occupation of the Golan Heights. His father, an intellectual steeped in Arab nationalism, envisioned a different path for his son, but destiny had other plans. After returning to Damascus in 1989, Ahmed spent his youth in the bustling streets of the Syrian capital. He pursued studies in mass communication at Damascus University, but like many of his generation, he was profoundly influenced by the Palestinian Intifada of 2000. The uprising against Israeli occupation stirred his political and religious convictions, setting him on a path toward Salafist jihadism. The American invasion of Iraq in 2003 became a turning point for Ahmed. Leaving Syria, he crossed into Iraq, where he joined Abu Musab al-Zarqawi's al-Qaeda network. Known for its brutal tactics, the group waged a relentless insurgency against U.S. forces and the Iraqi government. It was here that Ahmed first adopted the alias Abu Muhammad al-Julani, a nod to his family's origins in the Golan Heights. In 2006, al-Julani was captured by U.S. forces and imprisoned for 5 years. During this time, he forged relationships with future leaders of ISIS, including Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. These years of confinement would shape his ideological convictions and leadership style, preparing him for the turbulent years ahead. Released in 2011, al-Julani found himself in a Syria engulfed in revolution. With the blessing of al-Qaeda's leadership, he returned to his homeland and established the al-Nusra Front, a group that would soon become one of the most effective factions in the war against Assad's regime. Al-Nusra quickly gained a reputation for its strategic military operations and effective governance in rebel-held areas, but its loyalty to al-Qaeda put it at odds with other groups, including ISIS. In 2013, al-Julani rejected Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi's order to merge al-Nusra with ISIS. The fallout led to a violent split, with al-Julani choosing to pledge allegiance directly to al-Qaeda's central leadership instead. In 2016, al-Julani took a bold step. He publicly announced al-Nusra's separation from al-Qaeda, rebranding the group as Jabhat Fatah al-Sham. This move was seen as an attempt to distance his faction from global terrorism and reframe it as a Syrian nationalist movement. However, critics argued it was merely a strategic rebranding to gain international legitimacy. Today, as the leader of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, al-Julani oversees a de facto state in Idlib province. Through the Syrian Salvation Government, his group controls education, healthcare, and even judicial systems. While HTS presents itself as a more moderate alternative to ISIS, its authoritarian grip and past associations with al-Qaeda have left many skeptical of its true intentions. In recent years, al-Julani has transformed his image, trading his military fatigues for formal attire. He has appeared in interviews with Western journalists, portraying himself as a pragmatic leader focused on rebuilding Syria. But his past and his critics continue to cast a long shadow. Al-Julani's journey is emblematic of Syria's complex and brutal war. To some, he is a skilled tactician who adapted to survive. To others, he is a warlord who abandoned his ideology for power. But one thing is certain, his role in shaping Syria's future cannot be ignored. From Riyadh to Damascus, from al-Qaeda to Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, Abu Muhammad al-Julani remains one of the most polarizing figures of the Syrian conflict. His story is a testament to the war's complexity and its enduring human cost. Subscribe to The Turning Point for more untold stories and deep dives into global conflicts.